Before you've finished your first coffee, it already feels like you're behind. The internet has shown you 3 people who apparently got rich while you were asleep. One built an app in a weekend. One runs a YouTube channel without ever filming anything. Another uses AI to run a business that once would have needed 10 employees. And here's the part that makes it confusing. Some of them are telling the truth. Real people are making real money with these tools, selling software, producing videos, automating work that used to take a team. So you open the same tools, you follow the same tutorials, you copy the prompts, you build the app, you upload the video, and then you wait. 43 views, 6 downloads, no sales. Somewhere, someone is making a fortune with AI. You can't even figure out what you're supposed to ask it. For most of the internet's history, making something required a skill you'd spent years learning. To build software, you learned to code. To make videos, you learned to write, shoot, and edit. To start a business, you usually needed money, people, or both. Then the distance between an idea and a finished thing collapsed. A sentence became an image, a paragraph became a voice, a description became working code. You didn't need to understand every line, you only needed to say what you wanted. And when the first version appeared, it felt like proof the rules had changed. The app was real, the video was real, the store was real. For the first time, the hard part no longer seemed to be making something. But you weren't the only one who noticed. Every day more apps, videos, images, books, and businesses appeared, made by people using many of the same tools and following many of the same instructions. The machine didn't just make you faster, it made everyone faster. Millions of people got the same tools at roughly the same moment, and were shown the same handful of opportunities. The doors had opened, and everyone ran toward the same rooms. The strange part wasn't that AI gave you nothing to do. It gave you too much. Build an app, start a channel, sell products, automate a business, learn prompting. Every week, another tool appeared, and with it, another person explaining that this was the opportunity you couldn't afford to miss. So you moved fast. 1 week, an app, the next, videos, then a store, then an automation service, always working, never in one direction long enough to get good. AI had removed the old barriers and quietly built a new one, choosing what not to do. For people who already knew their customer, their industry, their craft, and the tools were leverage. For everyone else, they were motion without direction. If you need to call him something, call him Ethan. He's 24. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't untalented. He was simply trying to solve a problem millions of other people were trying to solve at exactly the same time. Millions of people were suddenly competing with tools that made everyone more capable, known at almost exactly the same moment. That was the scale of it. Not one person alone at a desk. A whole civilization reaching for the same doors on the same morning. The tutorial seemed specific. Use this prompt, pick this niche, generate 30 scenes, copy this title, upload 3 times a week. It looked like a system, and a system feels safe because it removes the hardest question. What should you make that's actually yours? Soon the internet filled with videos that were technically different and felt identical. None of them were terrible. That was the problem. They were fine, and fine became invisible. The same thing happened with apps. The barrier to making the product fell. The barrier to being chosen did not. So we refreshed. Maybe the algorithm hadn't found it yet. Maybe tomorrow. 43 views became 51, 6 downloads became 7. One of them was probably his friend. This is the moment people reach one of 2 conclusions. Either the technology was overhyped, or they just weren't good enough. Neither is complete. The technology did exactly what it promised. It helped you make something faster. What it never promised, but though plenty of people implied it, was that anyone would want what you made. There's a difference between production and demand. AI solved parts of production. It did not create demand. It could write the script, not make the subject interesting. It could build the app, not prove anyone needed it. It could generate the thumbnail, not make the promise behind it worth the click. And the people who seemed to win instantly, they were real. Picture someone like Kevin, a decent programmer, not a brilliant one, but familiar with dental offices. He'd noticed they lost hours every week just confirming appointments. The advantage was never having AI. It was knowing where to point it. Online, you saw the final result, the viral video, the revenue screenshot. You didn't see the channel abandoned 3 years earlier or the 12 apps nobody downloaded. Success was presented as a workflow. Usually, it was a history. The quieter successes followed a different pattern. Kevin built one small thing, for dental offices. Or picture someone like Maya running a restaurant using AI to answer customer emails faster, not to become an AI entrepreneur, but to get home before dinner. Or someone like Lena, who noticed small history channels couldn't afford good maps and started making them. None of them started with, "How can I make money with AI?" They started with, "Who has a problem I understand?" Because I was rarely the thing people wanted. They wanted more customers, fewer missed appointments, better videos, less paperwork, more time. I was just hidden inside the method. The winning move wasn't producing more, it was learning faster. Make something small, show it to someone real, listen when they don't care, change it, try again. I made each attempt cheaper. It didn't remove the need to notice what people actually wanted. They weren't smarter than you. They just had a direction. They knew where to point it. When creation was expensive, the ability to make something was rare. Now creation is cheap. And when creation becomes abundant, the scarce things change. Attention becomes scarce. Trust becomes scarce. Originality becomes scarce. Judgment becomes scarce. The machine can give 10,000 people the power to build. It can't give 10,000 people a reason to be chosen. That doesn't make the tools useless. It makes the question more important. The blank box was never a vending machine. It was leverage, and leverage only magnifies the direction you're already moving. A copied idea could now be copied faster. A weak product launched sooner. But a real insight, a problem worth solving, could travel further than ever. So he came back to the same box. For months, he had asked how to make money with AI. It gave him endless answers and named apps, videos, agencies, automations. The problem was never a lack of answers. It was that none of them were his. So he deletes the question and types a different one. What problem do I understand better than most people? The cursor blinks. The tools haven't changed. The internet is still crowded. Other people are still making money, but for the first time, he isn't trying to copy where someone else ended. He's choosing where he begins.